Plug it up today. Hey, what's good, pyro dude? Give me just a minute, man. I'm hooking my stuff up here. Trying to find all my plugins in here. It's gonna be quite the undertaking. Got to be light. Q. So how you doing tonight, pyro dude? Good to see you, brother. Hope you had a good day. What's up, KB? Manic Pyro, how you guys doing tonight? Hello, Hawkwind. Yeah, I'm trying to start. For some reason, every time I try to schedule it for later, it always jacks up for whatever reason. Sucks. That's always a good time, man. Get out and roll around with your homies. I don't get to see my buddy too often, man. He lives like 2-3 hours away. It works like 6 days a week. And I see my buddy Dave, we got a schedule shit now, you know. We're going to have a get together on 420 and let off some fireworks and have us a little fireworks show, you know. It's more or less just have an excuse to get together and hang out. Don't you know how it is, man? I appreciate it, Manic Pyro, man. Always glad to say hi to a fellow pyro, man. Say what's up. How's your stash going, Manic? Don't know if I've seen one of your videos up or not. I can't keep track anymore. Been getting a lot of rain out your way, dude? Damn, that sucks, man. Around here, we finally had a few nice dry days, but it's supposed to rain all weekend from what I'm seeing. What's up, Mr. Dangley? Okay. Cool, man. I'll check it out for sure. I always go up here to the dam and when it's flooding and check out and see how bad it is and stuff. It's crazy standing on that little catwalk in that water. You can feel all that vibration from that water going by. It's nuts. I'll tell you one of the perils of pyro that people don't think about. Perils of pyro. Say that 3 times real quick. Fiberglass tubes suck, man. was messing around with some shells, and the pink flamingo shells, dude. Some of their tubes are milled so rough at the top that it's like a fiberglass fiesta. I got this shit all over me. My arms and shit are itching. I hate fiberglass, man. That stuff eats me up. That's why I got 2K. I don't mind using them if they're not like all buggered and shit. But this is rough, man. It's got all kinds of little fine pieces around the rim. I'm like, holy crap. These tubes are nice as far as their thickness, and there's nothing wrong with them. It's just that, I guess where they cut them off, a lot of little fragments are sticking to the edge, like it's got like a magnetic, static cling to it. And all them little particles, just the slightest breeze, and they're all over your ass. What's up, Georgia Pyro? How you doing? Yeah, that stuff will bug me the rest of the night, man. I can shower and scrub like hell, and that stuff still gets, once it's on me, it's like, I've got 2 cases of fiberglass tubes in the basement, and they're pretty good quality tubes, but I'm going to hit them with some spray lacquer and shit. Might even paint them. Probably just going to paint them. That should help contain most of that stuff anyway. I still want to make like a Pyro Bear 420 tribute rack, man, and paint it in red, not red, but green and white. Do a few other racks in other Pyro's colors. I'd just have a rack for each Pyro. That'd be cool. Yeah. I don't know. I think some people are just more susceptible to it than others because it really drives my skin ape shit. I've seen some people mess with it and don't seem like it bugs them, or they don't get it on them somehow, but somehow I always do. Yeah, Northwest, you got your flex tape on your bed? I could use the flex tape to pull the fiberglass out. You want to see something truly sad, fellas? Check this out. I don't know if you can see it or not. Can you guys see that? And that's that brand new 8-core processor that I guess they dropped during shipping because it was on the bottom of the case with the heatsink and everything, ripped it out of the board processor at all. I mean, hell, it's still latched on the motherboard, but that entire processor is fucked. Excuse my French, but it's fucked. Yeah, I just hate the crap, man. Believe me, I've done my share of insulating jobs too, but it always seems like it eats me up. When I lived in Alabama, I had this old mill pond down on this creek. I can't remember the name of the creek, but I'd go after work and soak in that pond there for on the creek or whatever you want to call it for hours. before I go home. One, because it's hot as balls, and two, to get rid of the fiberglass. Some, anyway. Yeah, but that really sucks. A brand new processor and shit that was never ever used, completely totaled like that, is just fucked up so many different ways. 4.5 gigahertz gone. Now it's worth whatever it is in scrap gold. That's friggin' sad, man. Guess that thermal paste is pretty good because it took the heat sink and took the damn processor right with it. Took it right out of the board. So must be a hell of a bond with that. It's messed up. Yeah, it was, man. They dropped it during shipping. Broke the motherboard off. Broke the processor heatsink off. That's a brand new 8-core processor, 4.5 gigahertz. The teeth are all ripped off of it. All those pins are gone. It's trashed out. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to repair it and fix it and everything, but it's a damn shame being a brand new processor is never going to be able to be used. That and time and effort that I put into putting it together, I'm going to have to do it all over again. That kind of sucks, but I'll do it. Whatever it takes to get him on board and get him going, I'll get it done. I just want to get his shit working and move on to the next one, you know? But this is unacceptable, treating stuff like this, especially when you ought to see the package. It's nothing but bubble wrap, fragile this, fragile that, and in order to rip this thing off the motherboard like that, there's no way it could happen unless you dropped it. It's just not possible. These clamps that hold these heat sinks and shit down, I don't know if you've ever messed with them or not, but they just don't pop off willy-nilly. That sucks, man. I never even got any of those shells that are already gone, huh? Damn. Well, I guess whoever's got any of those, the price just went up. That's for damn sure. I'm sure the price just went up quite a bit on the secondary market. Yeah, I was looking on that processor to see if those pins could be straightened and that could even be fixed because I have straightened them out before, but there's some pins that are still in the motherboard. It just left those in there and just pulled them right out. I'm like, son of a bitch. The only thing it ever had done was the Windows installed. That was it. That's sad, man. I would have worked all summer for a computer like that when I was younger. To get killed in just one just pisses me off. I don't want to talk about it. Let's move on to something happier. It's very sad paying this back because it makes me angry. You work on hard, work hard on something, but hook somebody up with it, and then everything has to come and fight you along the way. It's like, why? What did I do? Is it my bad for trying to help a dude out? Is that what I'm getting punished for? It's like, fuck. But that's just the way shit is sometimes, I guess. Fuck, it don't matter for me, man. I can't find anything anyway. I can't put the kind of miles in it takes to run shit product down and stuff anymore, man. I just can't do that. It's cool that you did, though. That was a nice cross country trip you took Georgia. That was nice. I wish I could do shit like that, but I can't. I won't. And to get good product, you either have to have a hookup or travel for it. Good Lord, man. To travel to get everything I'd want, that's all I do. So I don't know what a person does, man, for real. Some of this stuff, man, I'm just tired of looking for it. I've gotten to the point to where I'm like, I'd like to have it, but I'm just still like, screw it. It's more aggravation than it's worth at a certain point, you know? Man, that's what my buddy says. Dave, he was like, man, I want to go on a road trip. I miss the road trips and shit like that. I'm like, I miss the road trips too, man. But when we were taking road trips, we were getting ripped off on prices. I was like, shit, dude, now order a wholesale, we get a case for what we were paying for one item or more. That's hard to turn my back on. it Yeah, no doubt, man. It's definitely the way to go. Of course, I didn't spend big this year, but I still for buying fireworks for the 4th, I think I went big enough for sure. But I didn't go as big as I did the year before. If that makes any sense. Most of the time, I always try to go bigger, but this year I didn't, so I'm kind of proud of myself for not. What's up, Randy Matthews, Cosmic Pyro? How you guys doing? Ask anything, yeah, pyro related. Yeah. That's cool, man, but a lot of people don't have a rave, dude. That's pretty lucky to have a homie like it. In my circle of one friend that goes in with me on the pyro, my buddy Dave, he it's up to me to get the stuff, find it, pick it, buy it, and everything else. No doubt. No, actually, I haven't done that. I don't like to use a lot of lighter fluid on my grill because I don't like the taste. So and it would be hard to light charcoal with it. So I haven't tried it, but I've seen it go wrong on movies and stuff like that. What up, KJS? How you doing? I've seen people try to do that with I saw this one dumbass put about a gallon of gas on a bunch of scrap that's going to burn it, and he's shooting at it at a Roman candle, and he's shooting at it, and he's shooting at it, and he's shooting at it, and this is going on for a while, right? Who knows how long it even take him to start filming the crap? But at that point, the gas fumes had already spread all the way up to him and beyond. And when he finally did light it with a Roman candle, it blew him back off his ass and burned him and caught the whole field on fire and shit. It was crazy. I think that video's on YouTube somewhere. I think that's where I saw it. So probably not the best idea of gasoline for sure. Probably not a good idea, period. People don't realize how far gasoline vapors creep, and how far that shit expands by the time they actually light it. Time is a factor. Well, I have a video up where the guy down the block here burned the house down because of a bee's nest. So, time is definitely a factor. Burn it to the ground. I think the bees might have won. Hell, I was there before anybody else. Period. Filming the shit. And the bad part about it is like the cops, you could throw a rock from the burning house to them and they wasn't there. I was like, damn, really? Yeah, I've seen that shit, man. I think it was in Russia, the one I saw where a chick was trying to see how much gas you had with a lighter. Yeah, no doubt, man. If I understand it correctly, the guy that done that was just renting that house. I don't know how that's gonna work out. Somebody probably just got paid. My brother keeps arguing with me that these Nikishimi shells and everybody's got, these golden 5-inch ones break low. I don't think they break low. I think it's just his perspective because they come so far down in their brakes. But he keeps arguing with me about it. So I'm gonna do a comparison next time I go shoot fireworks. See what you guys think. They might break just a little bit lower, but it's nothing extreme like he claims. I don't know, dude. I caught my Camaro on fire one time. I had swapped the motor by myself, and sometimes you shouldn't work on stuff by yourself. This motor swap done, and I thought I'd got everything done, right? I put this new 400 small block down in my Camaro, had it all put together and shit. And I knew that my exhaust flanges and stuff wasn't tight, but they were close enough. I was going to tighten all that shit up later. And I was going down the road testing it. and then I noticed my whole engine and everything caught fire. And I'm about to start, and I don't have the hood on it yet because, I've just road tested the car. I had one of them Homer Simpson moments, because I didn't have a fire extinguisher back then. I didn't know any better, but I was sitting there thinking, come on, brain, work with me. And I pulled the reservoir off the side of the fender well there and put the fire out with it. But I was like, holy shit, I was about ready to watch my whole car burn in front of me. And what it was on that engine, and it has like a shit, I don't know what you would call it now. It's like a heat riser on one side that shuts off that vents heat like up towards like a heat shield to warm up the engine, like on the right side. And it's like a 1/4 inch spacer that goes in there that's vacuum controlled. And I had left that spacer out in my haste working on it that night. And right there at the engine, it was causing like a constant, little bit of flame where I was getting on it and shit. And I caught my whole engine on fire. It sucked. But I fixed it. Yeah, I learned the hard way as well, man. But you also have to be careful on what fire extinguisher you buy too, because I thought I solved that problem and I bought one of them cheap ones at like Advanced Auto or some bullshit. And I actually had a car fire, and I went out and pulled it, and I think it was that fire actually. Yeah, it was, because I pulled the fire extinguisher brand new, man, never been used, only maybe 6 months old, and it went poof. That was it. Just one poof. That was it. I was like, holy shit. Car's still burning. But luckily, I put it out with that reservoir because it had about a half gallon of coolant in it. Oh, I'm sure back then, dude, it was whatever the cheapest thing on the shelf was. I was a kid, didn't have much money back then. It was my '84 Camaro Berlinetta. Had the push button signal lights up on the dash. Has this really strange turntable kind of stereo on a podium that's in between the seats that you can turn from the passenger to the driver. It's not made like any other Camaro, right? It's crazy. I didn't have to hit the horn for it to throw flames. Mine threw flames anyway. Cool. This was the '84 that had all the crazy electronics with the digital dash and all that. And the signal lights being push button on the dash. Now that was really weird. And that strange radio in the center that you could swivel from either side. Car come with some interesting stuff, like a air pump to do the tires and stuff with, made into the car. Had a rechargeable flashlight that went in between the T-tops and shit. Just stuff you didn't see on, '84 Camaros. Or '88. Shit, it might have been an '88. I don't remember. I think it was an '84 though. I've had so many, I don't know. Me and my buddy Dave grew up working on Camaros and driving Camaros and Firebirds and Trans Ams and shit, to the point to where, good Lord, I know every nut and bolt in that car, from all the way from the second gen up to the new stuff now. Didn't have much experience with the first, but they're pretty simple, so. I'd like to get my hands on a first gen Firebird, but I've never been able to get it, actually my hands on one. Buddy of mine has one that he shows, but it's nothing that I could touch. Hell yeah, man. At one time, it'd be sacrilegious for me to say this, man. But for real, what I want right now is a 350Z. Hey, LA, I'm feeling actually pretty good. How you doing? About 2000, about 2014, 2015, I think 350Z. Them things are just so freaking sweet. They're fast as hell. I just think it'd be a lot of fun. Oh God, man, supercharger. Them things are fast as hell the way they are, man. So right out of the box, that is more than enough to get you killed. But yep, they're just fun. Hell, they boil the brake fluid in them. They're so damn fast. No, nobody should be treated like it. Your grandma owns them all? For real, man? Sweet. Because there's some awesome cars. Alright, Pyro Dude, have you seen the one that actually uses a roll of toilet paper as an oil filter? I shit you not, one of the first CE models. I don't really know a whole lot about them, but I know that it used a full size roll of toilet paper. You pulled the cardboard core out and you put it inside this housing, and that's your oil filter for the car. This was factory from Japan like that. A TP. I'd say not. Cool. My first experience with a Z was a 280. I want to say a 280Z. I want to say it was like a 80, 81, or it might have been a 70 some, or it might have been a late 70s model. But I remember at the time that car was fast as hell for a V6. Well, they used to be a Datsun Z sports car, and then they went to Nissan Z sports car. It's a Japanese sports car. Yeah, it was crazy, man. You'd be going down the road, and you could kick out the rear end, and shit. Those weren't all-wheel drive, were they? Or they might have been. I can't remember. Were those all-wheel drive? I don't think it was it? Ah, okay, that's what it was. I know it was all-wheel something, but I didn't think they had all-wheel drive like a Subaru. I was all American car. I wouldn't touch anything other than, something made in the United States, but at the time. But now I appreciate the Z's and stuff like that, and all that shit's way expensive now. I wish I would have bought some when I could have afforded it for some of those classic models and stuff. Because at one time you could pick those up pretty reasonably. Now you cannot. Those cars, they say, were one of the, I think Auto Trend or one of them shows I was watching not too long ago said that was the fastest growing car in collectible value for the Asian market or something. Go. I always liked the Toyotas. Like the old 4Runners and stuff. We used to run around in one of those. You couldn't kill the thing. I was thinking about, man, I might just tear down all my shelves and consolidate them all into one box to make more room in here. Yeah, I like you threw in wind running rate. You knew I was going to say them motors are sweet, but they're fucking pieces of shit. Even if you do take care of their temperamental bitch asses just like you're supposed to, they're still a temporary car at best. And them rotaries, they're so small that way you can carry an extra one with you. That way you can change it beside the road. Yeah, them Apex do not work. I mean, it works for a while. Have you ever heard of a car that you can't start and then turn it off or you'll hurt it? I mean, that's crazy. You have to add oil to them things like gasoline almost. Fun to drive, but just too much trouble. Yeah, those are fine power too, but the ones I'm talking about is just horrible. Rotary engines and oh god. I love them. I love the way they drive. I like the sound of them. They're fast as shit. I almost made the mistake of buying one. I was going to rebuild it until I started researching it further. And I was like, holy shit, I don't want to rebuild it every other year. It did look simple to rebuild. So there's that. I mean, those motors just come apart in a series of slices and they look pretty damn simple to me. Especially to be able to bore out and make them a lot more powerful too. Pretty easy. But you better get familiar with them because you're going to be changing those apex seals. And why are Mazda parts so expensive? I remember my uncle had like a little crappy Mazda car, and I priced an alternator for him, and it was like 300 and some bucks. I was like, holy shit. And this is many years ago, you know? Damn. I'm looking forward to having my little get together power shoot here, man. Try to think about what I want to take and try. I think I'm going to take and try out one of those. You got caught red-handed. I think I'm going to take some of those. Dude, you know, Georgia, the Chevy Love is actually a kind of a collectible truck around here because they all rotted away in the rainwater. They actually sell for a premium around here at Pyro, dude, for real, because they rusted out so badly that they just don't exist. Hey, what's up, Wookie? Yeah, that's the way they are here, man. They rotted away to nothing. I knew a dude that had one, and he restored it back. He's really proud of it until he totaled it, which doesn't take much, you know, because they wasn't made out of much. It's one of the reasons why they rust up so bad. What were those trucks? Like an Isuzu or a Mitsubishi or something like that with Chevrolet name on them? I knew they weren't really a Chevrolet truck. Can't remember who made them. I think I want to say Isuzu or Mitsubishi, but it might have been shit. It might have been Datsun. One of them companies made the Chevy Love. Isuzu, alright, yep. I had a Zuzu, man, and my main crank hub come off the side of the motor one time, dude. The one that where it keyed onto the crank, that, you know, the main accessory hub that run all the belts. I don't know how I happened to it. The bolt and everything was just gone. It was one of my first cars. Fell out in the road. I took some JB weld and JB welded it back in there with no bolt or anything, and it worked. Yep. How many are in each kit, man? I don't know. Are those 6 or 12s? I'm not really familiar with that brand. Hey, Wookie, you'll like Pyro Dude, because he likes bikes. I think he likes Hondas, and I know he likes Fords. Dude, I'm done with Chrysler products, period, dude. Their quality is just crap. Why should I trust the quality on their motor, even though, yeah, it does seem pretty awesome, but everything else they make is crap, so why buy it? Yep, but I'm done with Chrysler quality, I swear. Even their little cars, man, the gas mileage, it just sucks. Let's see, what was it? I think it was last year. I went to Cedar Point, right? And that's a really long drive for me. So I took a rent-a-car, and I got a 200, I think it was a 200 Chrysler, not the 300, but, you know, the 200, the 4-cylinder version. And I took it up there, dude. And in this 4-cylinder car, right, It cost me over 200 and some dollars just in gas to make this trip. And in the now it shit, what is that other car? Crap, it's a little crap car. Oh, let's say a little Hyundai car, a little 4-cylinder. The same trip cost me $35 round trip, but in a Chrysler it cost me like $235. Oh yeah, dude, I got a 318 Dodge Dakota, the 318 Magnum in it, brand new off the lot. That truck got 13 miles a gallon. 13 miles a gallon is what that truck got, brand new. Now that it's a few years old, I'd say that truck gets about 10 miles a gallon. That's the same mileage as a school bus. Can't afford to drive a fucking school bus. Now that would be cool. I'd like to see that, Georgia. They should have been in the back for a while now, man. Mid-engine design is awesome. Oh, you talking about Hellcat cans. I'm talking about the fucking motor. I hate Ford, man, but even I gotta like them GTs. They're pretty awesome. That's not your everyday car. You can't really call that a Ford. You don't think you can count supercars. Shit. Damn. Well, I dodged a bullet on one of those too, Pyro, dude. I was going to buy one that had like 80,000 miles on it. Nice CTS, looked great, right? I started doing research on those cars, and it's like, oh hell no, you don't even want to touch one of those after like 60,000 because the breakdowns are just so bad. They're so expensive to repair. Okay, I don't know. I always thought it was a Ford thing. I've always heard it referred to as the Ford GT40, but I'm not a Ford guy, so I really don't know. I've always been a Chevrolet guy myself. They know like the old Mopars. Old Mopars, not any of the new shit. What's up, M&D Pyro? How you doing, man? What's up, Bubbles? How's the art going? Have you created your masterpiece yet? Your piece of resistance? Or some shit like that, I don't know. Okay. I never paid that much attention to the GTs because I never really thought I'd be in a position to ever buy one. And if I had that kind of money, I'd probably be going a different direction anyway. But they are pretty sweet looking rides if you're going to be a track racer. But other than that, maybe a car speculator or collector would be the only practical purpose for one. All right, candy time. Pyro news, man. I'm pretty much done with my stash for the year, other than maybe one more little pyro trip pickup kind of thing. I still need some cans of the Boom variety. Other than that, a couple cases of fountains, and I'm good. So I'm feeling relaxed on that part because at least I don't have to scramble and look for stuff. Oh, dude, they're not the hitters for sure. They're just the colors, and they're not even real ball shells anymore, man. They're fake. Yeah, check it out, man. I can squeeze one of them open. It's a good test. Oh, man, this was double taped, of course, you know. The one I'm going to take apart's going to have double the tape. I wish I could buy some of this tape they use over there in China, because this shit, I've seen people hold up cars with it. It's exaggeration, but you know what I mean. Damn it. Let's see if I can get this right in position. Yep. You know, a lot of times you can just tell if you can, they'll let you open the pack and you can feel it. Feel for that ridge. See that little ridge you can see just under the paper there? That right there is a dead giveaway. And then if you're suspicious, just continue to crush it. You'll see it pop right out. And to the fakeness it is exposed in the light. But on the bright side, this cylinder is bigger than the other ones that I've had. The diameter and stuff of it is a bit larger than the ones I've had recently. And these are actually, I've got to say, they're not bad. But as long as these have been out, I thought they would at least be, good, but they're not. Not real anymore. Yeah, I'm curious about that myself, if the hitters are going to be made that way or not. What got me into fireworks? Well, my family's from Spartansburg, South Carolina, so my dad grew up playing with them and stuff like that. And then he moved, and that part of the family come up here, but my grandmother and them stayed down there. And when they come home or come here to visit, they would bring fireworks for my old man to play with, and then they filtered down to me eventually. So that got me started, and then I started going around the flea markets and wherever I could obtain them as a kid because they were illegal in my home state. So procuring some firecrackers or even some bottle rockets was a big score. And I grew up always wanting my own fireworks store, so I tried to create my own little fireworks store. So that's why I like to have my little pyro room. If that makes any sense. Cool, man. At least you're still alive, so you've been doing all right, I guess. I remember, like, as a little kid going and collecting other people's fireworks that I found, along the riverbanks and stuff that had been shot and left and soggy and everything else. But if it was a label or a type that I hadn't seen, I would take it home with me. Cool. Yo, I didn't grow up with a lot. I think that's why I still like to play with toys, and that's one of the reasons why I still like my fireworks and everything. A few things that I found in life that I really do love, I try to hold on to. But there's nothing wrong with that. It's right, MD Pyro, exactly. Hey, what's up, West BA Pyro? How you doing, bro? No doubt, man. Georgia, was it you that was saying that your mom used to sell them, or your uncle or somebody? And we usually always had bottle rockets and firecrackers and stuff like that for the 4th most of the time. But other than that, I was running around as a kid trying to see other people's. Now as an adult, I make sure I have my own. Oh, dark. I hope it's a sports team and not a hallucination like on Happy Gilmore when he was getting drunk and seeing the penguin he kept fighting with. Remember that? Or was that the one where he went back to school? Billy Madison, I think that was it, where he kept fighting with the big penguin. Cool. I don't know. I think my dad would just get really stoned with his friends and blow up my toys. So as a kid, I got to hang out with them, but they were blowing up my shit. But then I started doing the same thing. So. That's cool, man. At least you're playing it forward and stuff. You know what an influence it made on you. So that's cool that you're carrying it on to the next generation, man. Well done. Just don't give him any more of them angry, you know what? I just about can, MD Pyro. I videotape just about everything and put it on YouTube now. Just about. No doubt, man. That's cool. It was a rare thing for me. I think that's why I enjoy it so much today. I also think there's something to do, kind of like Christmas, is what my younger brother says, because of the bright colored paper packaging and everything. Something about it reminds him of Christmas. But he likes fireworks, but he doesn't love fireworks. You know, there's a difference. Most people like fireworks, but some people love fireworks. You know, when you spend as much time and money and effort into getting it, that you're a firework lover instead of liker. You know what I mean? No shit, Ghost Panda, huh? Where's he at? Hey, what's up, Ray Ray? I didn't see him phase in. How you doing, man? I would have to make a deal with some old dude behind a van to buy some bottle rockets at a flea market. That's about all I could come across as a kid. That's cool, man. People on the street recognizing. Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, it'd be awesome, man. I wish we wasn't so far apart so we could get together in real life and have a big power shoot. That would be awesome. Hey, Powerwell, how you doing, man? It is very, very common. It really is, man. And I've made quite a few of them here. That's the best thing about it. I didn't give two shits about YouTube. I still don't care a whole lot about YouTube, you know, but I like it because of the people and the people I've met and the people I've got to talk to and stuff has been great. Yeah, we would, man, for sure. We'd probably have probably better stuff than the power displays. We all got together for sure. I like the camaraderie that we have in the power community, man. A lot of people envy us, guys, believe it or not. They're like, I've never, you know, some people have told me and Power do both about how chill us Pyros are compared to other people. Thanks for stopping in, Bubbles. Appreciate it. I wish you luck in your next art project. I'm from West Virginia, man. Oh, that'd be cool, man. Yeah, it's like I say, it's Pyro Pokemon. You got to collect them all, or Pokemon. Of course, you can drive yourself crazy with that too. I was just trying to find some smoked TKs for the last 2 years, and I still come up dry. I'm like, son of a bitch, I give up. You think something simple like that would be easy to come by, but nope. My dude used to have them, but he's told me that he didn't stock them this year because they were too expensive. I'm like, well, son of a bitch. Yeah, man, that's some good stuff indeed. My ass, man. We do all smoke a lot of weed, yes. Yeah, it goes up in like a different colored smoke trail, right, and then goes to a salute. I wanted to get a couple of cases of those between like 8 and 9 o'clock. That 1 hour before dark to start stuff off. Yeah. Cool, man. Film it up. Let's see how it looks. That'd be interesting, man. Oh, it'd be cool if you could find out, Westby. I'm in the market for a couple of cases anyway. That'd be cool. Tried to get a lot more zipper cakes and band cakes because I was short on those. I think I'm good on everything, like I said, except for the other shells we were talking about earlier and the fountains. And I'd like to get some of them smoke jobs, maybe even some of them. Hell, I hate to say it, but that one that has the pink princess parachutes actually look pretty cool. The pink flares that come down from the parachutes and stuff really showed up really good against the sky. I thought anyway. Super exact built mines. What do you mean, Wispy? Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, that would take extra precise mines for sure. I see what he said now. What do you mean smoke cans, man? It goes up and make like a colored smoke salute burst, or are you talking about just like a smoke grenade kind of can? It would be cool, man. Yeah, that would be awesome, dude. I'd like to have some of those myself. I don't even think I've seen that. That's what I'm saying, Pyro L, man. Even that pink princess one that's got like 30 parachutes that come down with pink smoke flares on it, and the way they twist and twirl and shit like it in the wind looks pretty cool. It'd be cool if it had like pink blue, that way you had like a different mix going on at the same time. Damn, man. I can't wait to have that problem. It's a good problem to have, though, man. For real. Better than the alternative, right? I'd be the guy cleaning the keep out, just trying to smoke it. I guess Ghost Panda done run off again, didn't it? Oh yeah, man. I let nothing go to waste around here. It's crazy expensive. Did you guys see that video? Oh shit. Grandma's fireworks, I think it was. They were selling these crazy kings for 20 some bucks a pack, man. I was like, holy shit. I mean, granted, they got them right on a shelf, which is kind of cool in their so called loud section, but 20 some bucks a pack is insane. Hell, I paid California black market prices aren't that high. Damn, that shit's crazy, man. You know them big boss crackers or them safe crackers, you know, the type that's got like the fake paper tube around the pretty decent cracker inside. They were selling those at that same shop, you know, open on the shelf. A dozen of them were 30 bones. I was like, damn. I couldn't see the prices on the rest of the stuff because it was a young dude filming it and it was all over the place, man. But they had some pretty nice stuff, but there's no way. I think they had frog shells for like 60 bucks. I think it was. It was either 50 or 60 bucks for a box of 6. I think those averaged up to about $7 a box, but that was about as high as I was going to go. At one time, I had 20 boxes of those crazy kings. Now I'm down to just a few. well, I've got more than just a few, but I got 10 boxes of them because I got another box in my shooter box. Cool. Wonder where my other pyrotic box went. I got my new Pyroretics box put up, but I don't know what I did with my old one. And I had a few things in it that was pretty cool. I want to find out where that went. And do you? Those are really good Crazy Kings, man. That batch was hot as hell. When I found that out, I bought every one that I could off the dude I knew that had them. But you know, but still, I would have bought more than if you had them because those are just about perfect for me, man. They're not too big, not too small. I can light those all day long and have fun with them. Cool, man. I'd be interested in seeing that kind of thing, man. I'd like to start tinkering with that shit myself. Oh, cool. Did it have a good blue color in it, man? Yeah, I would too. Mm. Well, you know how it is. The Euro stuff is what it's worth its weight in gold right now. It's crazy. I still have a few dub bubs, and I still got those mini TP3s are pretty sweet. Them little son bitches are brutal, man. They're like one of those cherry bombs. They're hot as fuck. I'd be interested in a case of those. Yes, I would. Excellent, man. I think I only have one. I think I only have one Tiger Boom, bro. I think I have one of them. I think. I'm not sure. I couldn't believe them, let's say, sunrise crackers. Let's call them that for right now. But they have a solid red flare on those. And I've lit them before, but this batch, dude, is crazy powerful. It blows those brown wraps away, and those brown wraps were more powerful. Not compared to this batch. Not at all. These these sun crackers are more powerful than the gorillas. Yeah, I still want to find some of those in the Acme skin for collectible. I just want to get a pack or two of those to put up. Start my cartoon collection. If anybody runs across any, let me know. Yes, Clayton O'Connor. Damn, $40 more, huh? Hmm. Yeah, in the mountains, it's a good place to let off fireworks, man. I go up on the side of that ridge, and you can see them for miles down in the valleys and stuff below. It's pretty awesome. No doubt, man. Crazy loud. Man, I leave it. Back to the other stuff, Pirate dude. I leave it to how the sun crackers are that strong, but they're not quite. But they're not far off from that Cobra territory right there. You'll have to try it. Damn, you're closer than I am, man. I looked up going to Pyro Dudes. It was like 5.5, 6 hours for me. I was like, damn. Hey, you want to know something pretty cool, man? I got a Pyro Dudes T-shirt on right now. I shit you not. Yep, I got the gray Pyro Dude shirt on. I worked to my doctor's appointment today. She asked me about it. She's like, "Oh," she's like, you like vintage clothes or something?" I'm like, "No." I said, "This is from a fire company here in West Virginia." And I was telling her about your place and stuff, man. I knew I was going to wear a pyro shirt today. I originally started off wearing a pyro bacon t-shirt, but my cat took care of that one because it's a black shirt. And after he got off of me, I was more fur than man, so I had to change into something that didn't show hair. Dude, I want some of those gladiators just for the way they look, man. I want a pack of those for my collection. If they ever become available again, they look awesome. Hell, I want everything. I'm just like every other pyro. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. I want it. Dude, they look insane. Just be a cool conversation piece. Like, hey, check out this Italian firecracker. Big PGI festival and shit's in Indiana, isn't it? Big get together gathering every year. I was thinking about going to that myself, but I was like, nah. Man, so far everything I've seen from Raccoon has looked really, really good. I think they're coming out with some pretty generously loaded stuff, trying to make a name for themselves. That'll definitely work. Damn, that sucks. Damn. Hell with that. When I was looking into it, it was in Indiana, but that's been a while. It looked like about 100 tents out in the boiling hot sunlight with no shade anywhere around. I was like, oh, I don't think that would be that good a time myself. Yeah, I've heard of them. I bought my, excuse me, I bought my wholesale order from Wayne's World Fireworks this year, man. I got the flamingo bombshells. And their version of the 5-inch Golden Dragon by Foul Brand, which is the same one that Raccoon Brand, 2 or 3 other people's got out. I've seen that shell in a dozen different boxes under a dozen different names, and it's the same shell. Nice. Yo, these Nikishimi, or however you pronounce it, shells are prolific as hell this year, because I've seen everybody with those, man. And I can see why, because everybody I know is pretty much buying them up. I think they're good, man. See, those are the same thing. Out of the way, Dragon. It must be nice, man. One of the awesome perks of having a fireworks place, eh? That would be kick-ass. Yeah, pretty much the same shield in every box. Bunch of different names. They are pushing them hard, man, but I can see why. They seem to be selling pretty hard, too. Just about every pyro I see, it's got a case or two. Or gonna go guess so. I know the ones you're talking about, the gold finger, the ones that kind of look like a wiener. Look like a donger head kind of shell. I know what you're talking about. They're pretty good shells. Okay. These are really good shells here, man, with that willow effect, whatever you want to call it. Because these shells break hard, man. They look like they're flash broke. They break so hard. That and the green one in each box seems to be extra powerful for whatever reason. That's been my experience with the two boxes, or I've lit two boxes, yeah. And each one of them, the green was extra, a little bit extra on it. Or it might just be me, I don't know. Yep. No. I don't know, man. That's one of these guys. They probably do. I've got a case of the Golden Dragons, and I got a case of these fake artillery shells for like pretty much just filler, more or less, right? case of the flamingo bombs. More of the other cases. Let me sure you can see those. I got one box of the pyro. Can't really say pyrotic, but no Pyro Nation shells, jawbreakers left. And then I have a box with some miscellaneous AR-15s and some Hammer of Thunder shells in them. Then I got some gray shells, but not a whole lot. So I'm low on those. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good on stuff. So I'm not complaining. Some of the delays people are having, I'm glad I got my stuff early. For sure. Hard. Cool. Oh yes, but these AR-15s that I have was during a shortage that we had a couple years back, and the AR-15s I have are Chinese rewraps of something else, because you can take the AR wrap up and there's something underneath them, and they got a little bit more get up and go than a regular X-Gal would. So I got lucky on that. The AR-15 shells I got fill the freaking sky. I mean, they are excellent for what they are. They always were, man. But I think they were one of the first to start labeling their effects like that anyway, but they weren't right, but at least they kind of got that started, you know. One of the first mass-produced shells I saw that was actually labeled other than ball shells. Sometimes you get them with a little, you know, sticker on it saying what color it was and stuff. Dude, I was going to buy some Super Navicans last year, but I didn't know anything about them, and I didn't do the research or anything, and I just saw that they were in a poly bag, and something about them being in the poly bag just kind of turned me off. I'm like, well, they must be cheap then, so I didn't buy them. Well, no, X-Cals still serve their purpose, my friend. They do. Because when you're talking to a pyro, and the first thing they mention is how great X-Cals are. X-Cals, X-Cals, X-Cals. And you know they're not a very experienced pyro, that they've had or seen Excaliburs at one point and they remember them. And that's about as far as their pyro knowledge goes. That's what I use X-Cals for. Oh, yeah, well, you know, the whole 5-inch thing is just a gimmick anyway. 60 grams is still 60 grams. You don't get to put more powder in it just because it's a little longer. I will give the Pyro Nation shells credit, though, because they do seem to be consistently 60 grams. Oh, I'm not above shooting X scales, man. I'd have fun all day shooting X scales if I can get them cheap or if I get them a deal or something like that. Yeah, I'm not above shooting them. I just wouldn't go out of my way to obtain them. But at one time, I remember back in the day, I would. At one time, I shopped around all over the place trying to find X scales, man. But that was a long time ago, too. Cool. I love it all, man. Like I said, that's the best thing I found about this whole YouTube experience is actually finding a community of my people that I can talk about this crap with. Because before I found YouTube, man, I have a couple buddies that like fireworks, but they don't love fireworks, and there's definitely a difference. That's a pretty good deal, dude. I'd buy a case of X-Cals for 150. Last time I looked, they were like my dude had them for 185. About 150, I'd buy them. 6 boxes, yeah, I'd buy them. Hell yeah. That stretch out my shells. I need 6 boxes of them right now, actually. That would be perfect. It'd be better filler than these ball shells. Oh, hell no. At least you got somebody you can talk to about it, man. My buddies, like I said, they like fireworks, but I've got my one buddy, David, will actually go in and give me a little bit of money on the fireworks show, but everybody else don't give me shit. That's getting old, man. I mean, my brother, people like that in the family, that's cool, whatever, because it's a family show to start with. But he started inviting his friends, and his friends bring their friends and their family, and this shit's got out of control because like 20 or 30 people, and they don't bring not even a soda, and they wipe out all the coolers and everything that's there, man, in a matter of no time. And I'm like, he's going to have to quit bringing these people here. If they ain't got shit, I can't afford it. I hate to sound like a dick about it, but it's like, damn, when you go to get a drink and you had 2 cases of soda and you don't even have one left, it's like, what the fuck? It's gotten bad, man. Like I said, hell, I wouldn't even mind giving, the hot dogs and the hamburgers and shit, which gets really expensive when you're talking about, 100 people or something. But when they don't even bring their own drinks and shit, that's just, I don't know. People don't think about other people. I really think the society today thinks shit is just. I know my brother's friends, they're used to everybody else being the adult, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. They're like children, but they're not. They're in their 30s. Yeah, man, it's just a matter of respect and shit. I don't even care about that. The fireworks are my thing, man. I'll put the bill on that. It's just bringing people and shit like that to the barbecue and them not bringing anything with them is disrespectful. Yeah. Couple families, sure, I don't give a shit. But you're talking about 20, 30 people. It's like, fuck, You have to be able to budget around that stuff. That's not easy to do when you're already spending thousands of dollars on the fireworks show. Hey, well, free weed's always a good motivator, man. Always a good motivator indeed. Damn, I can't believe that process. I can't think about that. It won't be long, man. It feels pretty good outside now. The frogs are finally singing again. The trees are all starting to bud out and stuff. I'm going to take my drone up and do a flight here pretty soon and try to film some of this stuff when it gets a little bit brighter. I've really been looking forward to spring and summer returning because winter is just depressing as shit here in West Virginia. It's never a bad thing, though. Oh, that's cool, man. That's how it should be. Like I said, my homie Dave, he'll float me a couple $100 on the pyro and shit, but he's always has. But other than him, that's it. I mean, out of probably 100, 125 people total, that's it. Not another dime. Or cookout item, food, nothing. It's like, son of a bitch, people. I want to put my foot down and say something, but I'm like, I don't want to come off sounding like a dickhead either. But you can't let people take advantage of you, so I don't know. I'm going to do something about it because it's bugging me. Oh, I had to get a lecture one time from this old bitch that had nothing to do with her about if I didn't spend so much on my car was broke down at the time, so this made it even better. But she was telling me if I didn't spend as much on fireworks, I could buy a new car. I'm like, lady, how much you think I spend on fireworks? What the hell are you talking about? Number one, it's none of your damn business anyway. But I'm like, good grief. That's me, man. I started putting on the family fireworks show. Well, we always had, fireworks, little this and that, on the 4th. But I started putting on the show for the family at the reunion about 25 years ago. And I've been doing it every year since. I think this is the 25th or 26th year that I've done it in a row. No, I wouldn't. But it's just nobody's business to say some snide shit like that to start with. But there's always somebody who's just waiting with a comment like that. I get flack from my parents about spending money on travel and stuff. I like to travel. I like to go different places. I like to do different things. And yeah, it can be expensive, but if you plan ahead and think about what you're doing and Yeah, the key thing is planning ahead. You can still go wherever you want, more or less, if you give it enough time. But they're like, you could spend that money on more important things. And I'm like, oh, yeah, but what's more important than getting out in the world and actually doing some shit, seeing some stuff? But I'm like, y'all need to mind your own damn business to start with. My shit's in better order than yours, so don't worry about what I'm doing. Worry about what you doing. Oh, dude, I would. But I'm not going to even be here, man. Plus, it's, like I said, 5.5 hour drive. I'm going to be in Cincinnati on the 18th, bro. I'm going to be up Kings Island for coaster start. Oh, it is, man. It's beautiful around here. Living here in the summer, spring, and fall is awesome, but wintertime sucks. That's cool, man. It's something you two can bond over. Fireworks are good for that, for sure. I used to like to shoot shells at my old man and watch him dodge after he did drink about a 12-pack. I don't, probably, I haven't really paid a lot of attention to that one. That park's a little bit out of my range. I saw that Dollywood's putting in a whole new section at their park, and Canada's Wonderland is putting a new one in called the Gold Rusher, which looks really cool. Carowinds, North Carolina, South Carolina Park, they're putting in one called the Copperhead Strike. It's like a dual launch roller coaster that's themed with like an old moonshine run. It's pretty cool because the cars are made up like old moonshine hot rods and shit. I like that. Oh, that'd be awesome, bro. Yeah, I love West Virginia. I do. The only problem with the state of West Virginia is employment opportunities. Other than that, it's an excellent place to live if you work online or you have your own business or something like that. But if you're starting out in West Virginia, it's a hard row to hoe, as they would say. Just not a lot of opportunity. Even with a college degree, there's just no jobs. That's the same thing that happens to me when I go out west, man. Once I get to about Lake Havasu, Arizona, my ears fill up full of fluid, and they stay that way for about a week. Yeah, okay. You go with the handgun, but I'll go with you. I'll hold the AK or something just in case things go wrong. Cool. Did you go down the gully and raft that? That's a hell of a time down through there, man. That's some wild whitewater. I live right on the convergence of three rivers next to a lake, man. I've got the river out my front door here. I can see the whitewater and stuff. Yeah, I'd like to, man. When I went, well, only time I really spent a lot of time out west when I used to drive a truck. Now, like Northern California and stuff like that, I felt at home there. It looked a lot like it does here, except drier. But I like that the best. It's most, the places I saw out west anyway. But you never know where you'd end up. Beckley, cool. Yeah, you're going down on the gully, then down towards Summersville and stuff. If you were in Beckley, then because that's the only rafting I think near there is the gully. One of them rafting tours and stuff from Summersville Lake. Cool, man. I'll make it out there someday, shoot some pyro with you, dude. For real. Give me enough time, man. I'll end up out there eventually. Go see if we can wake up sad pandas. Tie some bells to him in case he tries doing that ghost and shit. Oh, he's over there. Oh, hell yeah, man. That's definitely something I want to do for real. I feel like a tourist and stuff at a regular tourist attraction. I always felt out of place because I never really understood the whole, gawking around and shit. But there I'll be like a little kid at Disneyland. I'm like, holy shit, taking pictures. Well, I have, but not a Bell of the Primo, though. It might have been, man, if you were in the southern part of the state. That's where I'm at. I'm only about 15, 20 minutes away from the Virginia line. My great grandfather, he run moonshine to make a living way back in the day. And then my other grandpa and uncles and stuff like that, they all grew and sold smoke to make their way when I was a kid. So I grew up around it. I'm pretty used to seeing stuff like that. Yeah, I mean the stuff that they had back in the day wasn't nothing like they got today for sure. But of course, they have to tell you their old hippie stories about how in the day the shit used to be so much better. And I'm like, no, it wasn't. But they don't listen. They just keep droning on about how it was. I'm like, it just seemed that way to you at the time. The shit they got today will knock that stuff away. It's a natural progression. The shit gets stronger over time. Tell you what, I'd like to try that's supposed to be really kick ass. It's one of those infused sodas that they have. Those seem like they would be really good, and everybody I've heard talk about them say they're really powerful. I think those sodas would be perfect because I tried a couple of the strongest edibles that they had with them Decadose chews or whatever they're called, Chiba chews. And I ate two of those bitches and I didn't get nothing off of it. Carts are the way of the future, man. That shit's just a lot more convenient, especially getting rid of the. If you're in a place where you got a big covert, they're really nice because they look just like every other vape. That's the way I like it. Cool, man. You gonna upload it? I will check it out. I've never got near anything like that, but I thought it'd be something cool to try. I want something that just lasts longer, because my problem is I've always had a really hard time catching a buzz, and then when I do, I don't keep it very long. I don't know what. I've tried quitting for years and stuff like that to try to get a tolerance, try to get rid of my tolerance, and it didn't make any difference. Now, the best thing I've found so far is those vape pens and stuff like that and those concentrations, but I've also noticed that those readings and stuff that they put on is complete horse shit, because I've seen some of them that were 86% that was a whole lot more powerful than some that claimed to be 96%, and vice versa. It's just, I don't think you can go by them numbers on them things at all. I want something that can last long enough for me to get on a roller coaster. So far, I've tried burning the primo, jumping on the shuttle bus, and going. By the time I get through the gate, getting everything, and get on the coaster, it's gone. Also, I'm thinking about on my trip back home from Cincinnati, I'm going to drop south and go through Kentucky and see if I can find a good store somewhere along through there that's got some interesting pyro. I've heard a couple places through there has some nice stuff. It's an extra hour out of my way to go that route, though. Cool, man. You'll have to give me the name later and I'll see if it's along my route. The worst part about it is last year when I done this, man, I meant to stop at this one place in Kentucky and I missed the freaking exit. Didn't notice it for like an hour, and I was like, son of a bitch. I drove an hour out of my way to go this route and missed the place I was going. I was like, son of a bitch. That's so pissed off. I was like, I can't turn around and drive another hour just to go there. So I went on home. I know the year before I'd stopped at one and their prices was pretty high, but they had some, were they WTH or WTF firecrackers that were pretty good. I mean, they weren't, great, but for regular pickups, they were stronger than most of the crap you buy. Nightlights. Nightlights. That sounds familiar, man. All right. Cool, man. I will be able to look out for it. Oh, okay. Little China. Yeah, I'd like to check that out. Cool, man. I'll have to go back to this lab and check it out later before I go to remember us ready. But yeah, definitely. I'm just looking for some specialty items, more or less, just a few quality things. Cool, man. Too bad you didn't know me then, or I'd have told you to stop by here, dude. Cool, Dutchman. I'll have to see if it's along my route. I know I come out through Ashland, right on the border, to come back into West Virginia. Cool, man. The only places I know in Ohio or in the Cincinnati area or anything along my trip is Phantom, and I'm not even going to bother stopping there because they won't get a dime of my money, man, for sure. Never again? Cool. It all depends, man. Usually on my way home from the amusement park, I'm not packing a whole big bunch of cash anyway at that point. My daughter's bringing one of her friends from school and stuff. Cool. Oh, I know, man. Believe that. I don't want nothing to do with that either. That might be where I've seen and heard the name because I know I've heard of it before. I can't remember what the name of the place I stopped at last time was called. It wasn't that big of an operation. There's just a couple chicks that worked there working at the time. It was the only fireworks store I found in the whole town where I stopped. Can't remember the name. I had to check my GPS. I remember the only thing I bought was some of them WTH or WTF crackers or whatever they are, some rockets. I want to get some of those Metallica rockets too if I can find them. I want to get some of those to shoot. I'd like to get a case of them really, if I can find them. They look like really good rockets, but I want them just because I'm an old time Metallica fan, just like everybody else, I guess. Pyro, dude, that sounds like my kind of place. They got case prices and stuff too. Damn, 25 a pack. I wonder what a case of those runs. I wanted a bottle of them big Coke bottle looking rockets too, just to put them up. I know they're not as great as they look and everything, man, but I just thought it would be a cool shelf piece. There's a lot of things that's on my list that I'm looking for now that are just stuff to put on the wall, more or less. Pyro room decoration, should I? Ah, they're color, but they're really nice burst and everything. I think for me, more, I just want to shoot a couple packs and just have a couple packs to put up, more or less. Give some out to my buddies because we were all in the heavy metal and shit back in the day. I must have burned through. I couldn't tell you how many cassette tapes of Injustice for All. And good Lord, I went through the CD more times than I can count. When you play a CD so much that all the silver comes off of it, you know. Damn, I want a case of those too, man. I gotta find a place that's got some before the 4th, or even after the 4th. I don't care, but I'm gonna pick up a case of those, man, for sure. And my list is getting longer now, man. I'll be placing another order bigger than the one I got by the time I'm done. Indeed, man. That's the one thing about pyro. You gotta, some of you just want some more, man. That's the part about it. That's the sickness. Oh, crap. Oh, good Lord, man. You guys all know what these dumbasses are playing on the black market right now for Euro stuff. It's just friggin' stupid. I'm sorry, but damn. I like the stuff just as much as everybody else, but these dumbasses don't realize that they keep paying it. They're going to charge it. The only way to get the prices down is to quit buying that crap. But with all these kids buying $200 packs of firecrackers and shit, man, it's going to kill the rest of us. We're kind of cutting our own throats to a degree on some of this stuff getting as popular as it is. I mean, you know the type that I'm talking about that will spend any amount or do whatever it takes to get something to make a YouTube video on just because they have something cool. It probably never will, man. Oh, dude, that would be awesome. Go to Georgia. I'd probably just be all right by truck, man, with the way things are. Yeah, I'd like to come down someday and buy some fireworks. Be my luck till I'd come out and hang out with you and shoot some. I'd be the guy that gets shot for all them salutes you've been letting off in the neighborhood all this time. Yep, it'd be my luck. Hey, man, yeah, cool. Dude's gonna step up like, I'm sick of this shit. That'd be what would happen to me, man. I got the Al Bundy look. Oh yeah, for 120, that's a damn good price. I've not had them yet, but everybody that I've talked to that has said they were great shells. Or I don't know about great, but good, or whatever. I've not heard anything bad about them. Ow, shit! They're gonna fall over backwards. That's bad. Let's see if I can find something cool. I haven't tried these yet. It's just got brown wrap, nothing written on it, and green ends on it. Not sure what it is. I think I can make out the word Thunder 2006. Don't hold this, yeah. No, man. This definitely be a Roman candle for the rack for sure, bro. Got me over here digging in my own pyro now. I'm bored. I'm like, I gotta find something cool to play with here. I don't remember what kind of ball shell this is. Looks like it's got a seam in it. I think it's real though. Yeah, it's real. I know these are real. I remember those. Those are good. for a Euro cracker. Easy now. This is my shooter bag this year. They got one Tiger boom, or AP boom, yeah. A few other odds and ends. I took all the match crackers out though and put it in their own special home away from everybody else. Match crackers concern me greatly. I might just overreact, but still they worry me. They're just so friggin' dangerous. I really understand the point of it. Why would you take a firecracker with a fuse and put a match cracker? Why would you increase the danger instead of just using a fuse, you know? These are really good. You guys know what those are, right? Keeping the names, you know, on the down low and all that. But most of these guys, you know, just from looking at them. These, I'm really happy with this year. I like these. And these bad boys you gotta watch because they will bite your ass. These I like too. Cool. I thought I had 2 boxes, but I got 3. Sweet. Always a good thing. Shit. Let's see what else I got. Now, sorry, I got digging in my own stuff here. I'm like, I forgot about those. That's always nice. Like finding lost treasure in the pyro cave. Tune in next week. Oh, the pyro cave has come a long way, guys. Remember my video last year, Pyro Dude, where I had the violin music playing and only had like 6 round booms? Yo, remember those days, bro? Hell yeah. Damn. Oh, dude, I've got a whole case of these freight train rockets, and they've got decent color burst and shit on them, but I'm going to attach these small Euro TP3 crackers I've got. They're like half the size of the FP3s, but they're about twice as powerful as the FP3. So I'm going to attach those to the rockets and send those up and make my own little boomer rockets. If I can get the timing just right, I'd like to be able to have it to where it has the color burst and then has the secondary is like the secondary is a boom. I don't think it'll have any problem lifting both because one thing good about those rockets, they got a lot of lift. Yeah, no doubt, Pyro, dude. I'd like to get some more of those bad boys myself. Those things are friggin' insane, man. I think I've got a couple of them left, but I either let them off or gave most of them out to my buddies because they've never seen one. No, Clayton, the only thing I have right now is some gray cans, and I have a box of the Pyro Addict shells, but I've only got one box of those, so I'm keeping it as a collectible. Pyro Addicts. Oh, hell, that's lovely. But hell, those have been out for a long time, haven't they? Their name got burnt years ago, didn't it? Or I would have thought, because I thought everybody knew about those. Apparently, they do. Damn, that's a good price, man. Oh, shit, that's not good. Things are just now getting good, man. Too good. I've been afraid of a crackdown for a while now, to be honest. But that's what happens, man, with everybody being sloppy with the product and shit. And I know I've seen you preach it many times, Georgia, but it don't matter. Some of these guys, they just care more about their own popularity and shit than they do the product or the hobby. I've accidentally shown a cracker or something here and there that I thought was a European cracker that wasn't, but it wasn't nothing that I did on purpose. That's not the problem I have it with, Clayton. The problem that I have with it is having to renew that shit and just, well, not the renewal. It's not what I meant to say. The problem that I have with it is having to get a permit to let off a fireworks show and having insurance and all that other stuff. The whole reason I wanted to do that kind of thing is why I didn't have to fool with that stuff. That and if I only do one, maybe two fireworks shows a year, so it's just not cost effective for me. But I would love to. That's the only thing keeping me from it. I mean, I have no problem getting a license and such. I could pass the test, I'm sure. And I know the background wouldn't be an issue. Oh, that sucks, bro. Yeah, some of them rockets are just fucking dangerous too. The instant ignites and everything, and the what do you call it when the flash leaks down through the fuse, and as soon as you touch it, everything goes at once. That sucks. I can see and understand where that kind of thing needs to be out of certain people's of a certain experience level's hands. I mean, I get that, really, I do. There's a lot of people that should never touch that kind of shit or even have powerful firecrackers because they're just not responsible enough to have regular firecrackers, much less that shit. But you can't cure stupid. There's nothing that any of us can do about stupid. You either are or you aren't. Hey, what's happening, XL? How you been, bro? Cool. Well, hell, if it happened in Alabama, they shouldn't pay attention to it anyway. Stupid shit happens in Alabama all the time. Oh, hell. Damn. That would suck, bro. Mental note, keep an eye on Pyro Dude. I think the favorite one of yours I saw so far at Pyro Tube is the one that went up and landed on the ice there and blew up under the water. That was cool as hell. Oh, shit. Dumbass. I guess somebody that wanted to get the flame lash of fire. The flames looking all over your body. See, that's the whole thing about fireworks. It doesn't matter. Even if Phantom and TNT got their way and the only thing people had was stupid little sparklers and fountains, I think the number one injury is over sparklers in the country. So what's that going to cause? I put names over the product to protect the name. That way, at least the name doesn't get out and stuff. I thought that was the protocol, what you're supposed to do. Yeah, but if that's all you're showing and you're not demoing it or anything else, hell, they don't know. Keep it where the numbers aren't showing too, like Georgia said. I don't know. Hell, I don't care. I just enjoy playing with this stuff. The only reason I cover the shit, I thought I was supposed to be protecting the name so it didn't get pulled off the shelves, but I guess you really shouldn't film it at all. But then again, collecting it's like half the fun, so hell, who knows? Yeah, the videos will show, because it don't matter how honorable or how well you're protected or whatever you try to do. There's some jackass out there that'll give you the name, address, and where it's made and who they bought it off of, you know. Yeah, West PA, and that's the problem, because these people are getting it that don't deserve to have it. And after they realize exactly what it is by these people's body parts and shit like that, then it's going to be gone for the rest of us. I mean, when you put a damn mortar, like a regular 60-gram shell, up your chest and blow a hole in yourself, then you really don't need to go up to salutes. That's for damn sure. But why should all pyros be, punished because some people are too stupid? I think you should just let Darwinism play itself out when it comes to shit like that. Yeah, there you go. We'll just start covering it all. Cool. Yeah, they don't want to get the multi-million-dollar distributor. They just want to get the people like you, SPA, the people that's just trying to make a little living, a business, try to make a way for themselves. That's the guy that end up getting hemmed up. It's one thing about the power world that I didn't quite realize how cloak and dagger shit actually was on here. And how many weird people are sniffing around and looking for information. And you just got to be so careful on here anymore. It takes some of the fun out of it for sure. Oh, damn. And if it comes back something's overloaded or something like that, you get fined for it, or do they just take the product, or both? Wasn't that what Articles of Pyrotechnics is supposed to be doing? Whatever happened to that? Yeah, it is, man. Because, I mean, we've all done stupid shit. Everyone in this room, we've done stupid shit. All of us have. But at most of ours ages and stuff like that, if we still got most of our parts, we've been doing it for 20 or 30 years. And I'd say it's safe to say we know what we're doing. Oh, yeah, man. The black market, especially being a Chinese product, as long as somebody's got the money, there'll be somebody ready to sell. And if the stuff gets really, really bad, all we have to do is come together as a group, consolidate our money and go directly to the source if need be. Because when you bring enough money together, you can pretty much do whatever you want or find whatever you want. Actually, both, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Ah. Yeah, by now. But there's so many people that just, I don't know. I should never do is light fireworks and drink alcohol and pyro, or like alcohol and guns. It's just not a good idea. Georgia pyro, you talking about that G Money, the man? Because that's one that was sniffing around doing that shit like that for the last couple of years. Yeah, he put it on top of his head and compressed his neck and broke it, killed him. But that's okay, man. If you're that stupid, you need to go. You're wasting air, man. Yeah, that guy's been at it for the last couple of years. He's one of them dumbasses that, hey, how you doing? Can I have your email? Do you have any salutes I can buy? And that's before the dudes even said hello, No videos, no history, no nothing. Just like, yeah, man, good God, y'all glad to do better than this. If you're going to hang out here for a while, man, if you put any videos and stuff like that, you'll see him because he's hit me up. Everybody else I know, I believe. Right now, the big tactic that's going around is they're offering care packages and shit. They're going to offer to send you something. These guys just come up with this offer out of the blue. Usually a new pyro or somebody with no history is just offering to give you all kinds of cool shit. And this has been going around to the point to where it's gotten really suspicious. I don't take nothing from no damn buddy, Yeah, there's a lot of them like it. But that's good, man. As long as they're stupid, that's fine. Of course, there's other people now that we've talked about that they may be switching gears and letting off confiscated product and trying to build a pyro resume. Because there seems to be some people that keep getting some shit that they shouldn't have. But, we are a paranoid group too. Yeah, it seems to be really big this year, Pyro, dude. That whole let me send you something thing. And it might just be somebody trying to make a name for themselves, but nobody offered to send me anything out of the blue, especially for free. So I'm very suspicious of that shit. Unless it's somebody I know really well, or somebody that has a business or some shit like that, then that's cool. But hell, there's another thought, man. You don't never know who the hell you're. It might not be a cop. It might be worse. It might be some kind of psychopath. No, man. But like I said, you got a business and everything like that. West PA Pyro sent me box that had all kinds of cool novelties and stuff in it, man. It was awesome. I do appreciate that, dude. Thanks again. I really love that window banner. That's the only one I've got with window on it. It's cool. Shit, you gonna kidnap me, man? You better eat your Wheaties. Because I will get loose. Yeah, it is, man. When I was talking about West PA, I was talking about novelties and stuff that's legal. Nothing illegal, just novelties. Yeah, it should, man. Well, man, you can't do nothing about that. You can only control what you do. And sooner or later, that stuff's going to get. I wouldn't want to get caught doing it, you know? But if you think about it, look at what all the other shit that's going through the mail these days. People use that to deliver their crack and heroin and fentanyl and shit's coming in from China like crazy. So pyro is probably one of their smaller problems. You know, I didn't think so, SPA, but I really enjoyed that little novelty gun. I like playing with that thing. I was surprised on how well it worked compared to the other one that I've got. I've got the blazing pistols that shoots the color shell with the flares, but like maybe 1 out of 3 shells actually work. But with that other one, if it had a better cartridge kit that had like a salute that would go off like a firecracker and shoot, it would be perfect. I tried to make one for mine, and I got it to where it kind of worked until I blew the gun up. It was cool for a little while making the reloads, though. Oh yeah, you definitely have to be careful. Basically, that's just the bottom line, man. Beware of strangers bearing gifts and keep your mouth shut, you know? It's like the people that always ask me, you know, well, where can I get this or where can I get that? I'm like, well, I don't know, you know, because anything that I do know, one of the first things that people tell you is to keep your mouth shut, that you can't discuss it with other people, which considering the stakes is completely, you know, reasonable. But you tell these people that, and instead of respecting it, they just want you to tell them anyway because they don't give a shit about no code or honor or hemming somebody up. They just want what they want, and they don't see past that. And I won't have nothing to do with that kind of people to start with, so I don't feel bad about not telling them shit. Because that's rule number one: keep your mouth shut. I've never known anybody that had anything good and was like, "Hey, man, tell everybody that you can about this and send them to me. I like prison." Can you order fountains and get them shipped like that? Yeah. I do need to get some more. I want to get some snow cones. You got those, right? I like the snow cone fountains by window. They're pretty sweet. I might get some of those from XL, I think. I don't know. Cool. Yeah. Are the snow cone juniors any good? Head dig. Yeah, no doubt, man. But he's here. You got both of you in the same room, man. That's cool. Dude, for fountains, the biggest thing that I want, oh, hell. I don't know what the technical name for it because I don't know fountains that well is, but I like when they have looks like a little lava drop of color, almost like a jelly bean, you know. Some of this one that I have has like these little purple beads that'll spit out like different colors and shit. I don't know what that effect is called, but that's what I like. Yeah, you probably could, bro. You probably could. You've seen the crazy shit that I've seen. I'm sure the prices right now for some of the rare items is out. Just I could see why people do. I really do. Oh hell, that's never good. Damn, you're going to take safety off, Holmes. Hell no, I ain't gonna bust out no salute when there's AKs going out. If I got busted anything, it's gonna be another AK. No doubt, man. Cool, man. Well, guys, it's about that time. I might have to get off of here and go find me some heartburn medication. I had tacos tonight, and they're trying to work their way out. But it's been nice talking to you guys. I've enjoyed it. Shooting the shit with all you fellas. Yeah, the lava kind of effect, you know, like a lava lamp, kind of a beaded color kind of shit is what I like in the fountains. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get some more of those for sure. But yeah, I appreciate it. Pyro Dude, Georgia, West PA Pyro, all you guys, man. M&D, Pyro Al, Clayton, all you guys, man. I appreciate you. It's great talking to you. I do. You guys is what makes this shit fun, man. Having other powers to share the community knowledge, get a heads up on what's going on here and there, you know. That's what makes the hobby I was getting ready to makes the sport a hobby, but I don't know if you can call it a sport. But I appreciate all you guys, man. It's been nice talking to you. And I'll catch you next time, fellas.